Hello, 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 hello. I'm Cortez Ransom, the host of the C Note, coming to you with what will be episode 17. Waiting for my very special guest, actor and producer, Mr. Antonio T. Lee. I see him right there. Um, so he should be coming up on here any second. And we're right here on the C Note. He's going to be popping up on this screen. Should be right about now.
What's up?
There he
What's
is.
up?
Hey, what's up? How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Good, good, good. Well, it's good to see you. Good to see you.
It's good to see you too, bro. It's good to see you too.
Yeah, I see you chilling in your car. I see you right
Yeah,
now. You
exactly.
headed somewhere. Headed somewhere. Hey,
Absolutely,
what's
man.
up, Tyrone? Up, Tyrone. Well, I have this little spill right here, which I'm sure you will join in on because I seen you made a post a while back about these sometime ass people out here, right? So I got this little spill on my podcast, where I say we keep it 100 and the real recognize real,
Absolutely.
and we also see those fake asses out there too, right? So you get what I'm saying? The fake asses out there, right, 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 right. But
We
anyway, right here we have
funny, funny enough, right? This is
say
my
it
first
again.
time ever going live. I've done this.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. I
Yes.
never did this before.
Oh, okay.
Hey, what's up, Tyrone?
Good. Right there in that car. But yeah, we have Mr. Antonio T. Lee. He's from Baltimore, Maryland. He's an African American actor. Started his career in theater and received his education in theater and CCBC.
So she,
He,
yeah.
yeah, associate producer. Yeah. Okay. You didn't put that direct title right down here with what you sent me, but I'm just reading from what you sent me. And, you
Gotcha,
produced a
gotcha.
short, yeah, you produced a short film a while
Yep, yep.
back, and you also a producer of two feature films that should be coming out. When will they be
Yeah,
coming out
also
soon?
producer.
And there were a few short films that you were in that were done a few years ago that's just going to be coming out this year sometime, right?
Yes,
And
yes.
you're excited about that. Yeah.
Absolutely,
So you
absolutely.
say here that you got your start here in theater, studying at CCBC. Uh, how long were you into theater before you went there? Have you were you in there all your life? Because I remember where I met you, uh, at Arena
Hmm.
Players, which is the oldest African American continuously operating theater in this country. Arena Players, which we both have been a part of for a while.
Hmm.
Um, were you a part of their youth theater, or when I saw you there
Um,
back in 2013, was it your first time there?
Yeah, so I wasn't necessarily a part of the youth theater. I got
Hmm.
introduced to Arena Players straight out of high school um, by a mutual friend of ours, Karan Lee. And
Yeah.
that's pretty much how I got introduced to Arena Players and started to build and grow on my craft as an actor. But I knew from then on when I got bit by, the acting bug, as they say, I knew it's something that I really wanted to do. So I decided to go to college and expand on my craft.
Hmm. Okay, so I met you there at Arena Players like back in 2013 when we were in a play together called
Hmm.
what was that damn play called? Wait for the Sun.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah. Definitely.
yeah, yeah. So how long after you were in that play did you decide to go to
College.
yeah,
Um,
because that was 2013. What year were
yeah,
you did you
I
go to?
I went back to college. I went to college in 2015.
2015. Okay,
Yeah,
2 years later.
2015.
All right, all right. Well, shout out to Arena Players
Yeah,
too, of
shout out to
course.
the players.
Yeah, I see Tyrone was on here. He's an arena player as well. Somebody else is
Amazing,
on here.
amazing actor, man. Amazing actor. I remember when me and Tyrone.
Cool. He alright. He alright. He alright. Just sack. You all that Tyrone. You
Man.
all that. I'm just being playful. I'm being playful. You awesome Tyrone. Go ahead. What you were
Yeah, him
saying
and I
about Tyrone?
we did Ruin together, man. And he gave me a lot of gems, and he helped me as I was getting processed as my character and things like that, he would, help me out and give me some nuggets. Because actually, funny enough, I think Ruined was my second play I ever done at that time.
Mm-hmm.
And I had natural, what he would say, I had a natural ability, but he definitely helped me in the right direction to, get better and
Right.
made my performance amazing in my experience. So everybody, the entire cast made my experience amazing, man. Having that been my second play, it was family.
Yeah, I could have been a part of that cast, but I'm like, no, because my brother is an actor,
Oh, okay.
Jerome Bay. My older brother, half brother, well, brother. I'm not gonna call him a half brother. He's just a brother. Jerome Bay is an actor who was cast in some role in that play, and he had a lot going on. And he was trying to get me to take the role over for him, but I already had a lot going on myself, and so I didn't, take it on. So at CCBC,
Easy.
yeah, I come with those damn letters. Anyway, what exactly did they teach you there that helped you to grow as an actor?
Man, they taught me a lot. It's a lot of stuff that you wouldn't necessarily I mean, you would kind of learn it in I guess your community theater, but they don't really
Hmm.
have the time to really sit with you and really like give it to you. You got to kind of
Right.
like pick it up. So at CCBC, we talked about scene study. It was well rounded. We did scene study. We did a lot of like play production. So we was also behind the
Right.
scenes as well, building sets, uh, taking down sets. Um, I worked lights.
Well,
I worked
okay.
sound. So we was just working a lot of different shows. It was
So,
it
so,
was
so, what did they
a
teach you as far
collaboration
as
of a lot.
what would they
Acting.
teach you as far as developing a character and what goes into that?
So I learned the Meisner
What
technique.
so what is
So
your process now since you got the education there? What is your process now as far as learning a role and getting into a role and becoming a character? Because as I always say, acting is not really acting. Acting is becoming. You have to
absolutely,
become that character. You have to get into the mindset of that character. So,
absolutely.
what
But
is your process?
so Meisner more so teaches like becoming making real life situations out of imaginary circumstance. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? So it's just really
Yeah.
taking those moments by moment and um, playing with it,
Okay.
playing with it, and I'm sorry, I had a text message. Playing with it and bringing your own experiences into them. You know what I mean? Into those moments to make it real for yourself. Because as my coach would say, um, the name of or the character that you're just playing is just like a name tag. You know what I mean? And
Right.
you have to bring your own personality, your own persona, your own charisma into this to each character that you develop.
Okay. So when it comes to like if you ever were to play somebody who actually existed, like if you were to do somebody's biopic, now how would you handle that role? How because some people who play other people, they don't actors who play other real people, icons or whatever, they always don't transform into that person. They kind of just get up there and just say the lines as themselves, and then there's other actors who actually become the people.
Yeah,
They study their voice and the way they walk and everything, which is the way I think you should do when you're playing somebody. Um, like what Audra Day just did with Billie Holiday. She actually became Billie Holiday, and with Jamie Foxx did with Ray. And I played a few icons before, like Langston Hughes and Malcolm X, and I tried to get as close to them as possible. And the British brother who played Malcolm recently and One Night in Miami, which I really enjoyed. And I was giving all of the actors their props, and I was including giving him props too. Even though I think that not Regina Bell, Regina King should have called me to be Malcolm. I'm just saying. Anyway, because I'm just saying. But no, somebody had brought it to my attention, which I didn't
hmm
really I kind of noticed it, but I didn't notice it right away. But I went back and looked at it, and it's like somebody was like, well, that wasn't Malcolm, that was Barack Obama, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when I went back and looked at it, uh, you could see or hear where he kind of slipped into sounding like Barack Obama instead of sounding like Malcolm X. And one of my friends was actually saying that actor actually had played President Obama before in something, which
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't aware of, but he kind of
So,
slipped into that.
so for me,
That voice.
I would definitely say that's an entirely different technique. It would be a lot of research that you would
Mm-hmm.
definitely have to do. Um,
Yeah, definitely,
and you
yeah.
had to watch a lot of videos if there's any about
Mm-hmm.
that individual, so you can get their cadence down, so you can understand that person as much as possible before you
Right.
decide to take on something that's serious. Because though art is subjective, you want to do the best job that you can, and portraying someone that's real. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, definitely. So if I was to, for example, do a Malcolm X, I would look at old footages, look at
Mm-hmm.
videos, things like that, so I can understand his speech pattern. And I would, if
Yeah.
I were able to get some video of him walking, I would look at that, pay attention to
Right.
that, as well as get some books, read up on them
Mm-hmm.
and things like that. I'm a bit familiar with Malcolm X, so it's you know,
Well,
uh,
you, well,
not a lot of reading that I would have to do, but I would still try to find as much information as I can, just so I can make sure I'm doing my due diligence.
oh, I totally agree. I mean, that's what I did when I've had the honor of portraying him, several times, and I definitely studied him and watched him speaking videos, his speeches and interviews that he did with people and so forth like that. So I totally get where you're coming from. I totally agree with that. So the short film, the first short film that you produced,
Yeah,
what is
baby.
that? Your baby. So tell
Yeah, that's my
everybody what
baby
was
right
that?
there, man.
What, what's the name of it? What was it about?
Um,
And what drew you to it? Oh, this is something that you created, or is it something that you just shot for someone else? Or
no, 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 no. This is something I actually created, man.
you created it?
So I'm gonna give you my experience, and this is the best part.
Hmm.
So I remember about 2015, 2016. I tried to create a short. We shot everything, but um, it obviously didn't get released. So that was a kind of a bummer. But I took that experience, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna try it again. So having the opportunity to really just sit and think during this pandemic, it gave me a few ideas. I had got me a camera. I invested into a camera, and then
Yeah.
I had shot like a little PSA commercial about wearing your mask and stuff like that, because that's
Hmm.
really a thing. People
Okay.
are dying drastically, man, especially people with pre-existing conditions. So having put that PSA out, um, I was just going about my day one day, and I thought about like, oh snap, let me kind of like try to shoot a short film and talk about this. So what my short film entails is pretty much me speaking on current day events, but as well as speaking on it from a black perspective. So it's a lot of people who I came across, or including myself, um, would say stuff like, "Well, I'm not getting a vaccine for these particular reasons," and a lot of those reasons would be because of stuff like the pox situation, or the studies that they did back in the day where they was just injecting, using black people as like lab rats.
They
So
still do it.
yeah, so
Actually,
a lot
still
of people
going on.
are very conscious and aware of that. So I kind of like kind of mention that into my story, as well as just speak on modern day stuff that's going on as it relates to African American people and the community and their relationships with the police. So
Yeah, I remember seeing you talk about one time you said you didn't just want to simply act or just to create. Now you have a purpose, which is where I come from as well, because I grew up acting and singing and writing, and I would like to have the freedom just to be able just to create with no
what's
care,
good, Guwap?
but huh?
Nah, my man's in the chat.
But me now going through life and having certain experiences and seeing what's going on in the black community, I can't just write just anything and just throw it out there.
Exactly.
I'm very intentional about what I write, and I'm very intentional about showing black people in a certain light. It's still realistic,
As you should.
a realistic
As you
light.
should.
Yeah, because people say that films and television are just films and television, but it's not. Those things influence people. They influence the minds of our children,
It's
and I think
representation.
we have a responsibility to show our children some good stuff and to show us loving each other.
Mm-hmm.
Because nowadays, this whole thing with dysfunctional relationships and all that kind of stuff, that has been glamorized and popularized. And a lot of people, unfortunately, think that those unhealthy relationships, always having unnecessary drama in a relationship, people think that stuff is normal. So that when they
Nah.
see some people think that stuff is normal. So when you see, like, if you were to see a healthy relationship between two black people without them constantly battling each other, some people think that's unrealistic because it's been made glamorous and popularized to see us always going at each other's throats. But I personally know a lot of black couples who are in healthy relationships that don't they're not always constantly at each other's throats. They actually respect each other and they love each other. And so I'm very intentional about showing that kind of stuff in the projects that I do to show black people loving each other. And I mean, it's also real at the same time, because everybody has disagreements now and again. But there's a difference in having regular, normal disagreements and just battling and being crazy for no reason. Like when you're in a relationship, if you two are living together, your relationship, your house, your home should be a refuge.
Mm-hmm.
You and whoever you're in a relationship with should be a refuge to one another. It shouldn't be a battleground. We got enough to deal with out here, outside in the world, especially
Mm-hmm.
being black. When you go home to
Absolutely.
somebody, when you go home to somebody, it should be peaceful, not somebody you got to battle with constantly.
Right.
Uh, so you So what I was saying was you got to a point where because I remember seeing you make this statement that you don't want to just be out there acting just to act anymore, or just to create just to create. You got a purpose. So what made that happen in your life? What was the
Um,
turning point
I, al-
that
I
made that come
always,
about?
I always, I always felt like that. Acting was my purpose. I just had to pretty much figure out how I wanted to go about it. Like, what stories I wanted to tell. Funny enough, let's go back to Tyrone, right? It
Mm-hmm.
being my second project, my second production, I remember him saying one thing that stuck with me forever. He said, "There's personal and professional limitations," and I took that with me
Mm-hmm.
forever. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that, along with that message, that gem, that made me more aware of the projects that I, decided to choose and pick. So as you notice, we did Black and Blue, which was talking about the relationships with the police and the community.
Yeah, and you
Um,
you you sir won a Best Actor award if I'm not mistaken for that, didn't you?
no, I mean, I
I
wish, but
thought
we
you
won best.
did.
No, we won best narrative. I got a lot of praise for that role. I did.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
thought you won the Best
yeah.
Actor award. Okay, okay, okay. All
We
right.
got a lot of praise. We got a lot of praise for that role, but we won best narrative at Howard State University.
Yeah, I saw it. It
And
was an excellent film.
but
Excellent film. Titus Burrell.
yeah,
You know, that's my bro. I had the honor of working with
yep,
him as
yep.
well. Definitely.
Great
Um,
guy, man. And
for
I feel like
sure.
projects
So you
that's
have a
coming, if not this year, next year.
you have some more projects with him.
Say it again.
You have some more projects with Titus.
No, 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 no. Other projects that I auditioned for and had the opportunity to be a part of. So yeah, they coming out. They're coming out if
This
not
year,
this year, later
for the
next year.
following
But
year.
huh?
Yeah. So so
Yeah.
what are so what are some of those films about? The premises of so the
Um,
audience
one
can
one of them
know what's coming up.
got you. One of them is about the Marines and
Hmm.
speaking on the bombing in Lebanon. So
Okay,
one of
wow.
the projects I was a part of. Another one is a comedy, and this one is amazing. It's called Mr. Lickers. Nobody never seen me in this type of role before. And for those who don't
Say
know
that
me,
one little thing you
I'm
said
funny.
before that because you broke up a little bit. Say that one more time.
Oh, okay. So the project is called Mr. Lickers.
I remember you posting
Yeah,
about that. Uh-huh.
yeah. So it's a comedy. You know what I mean? A lot of people haven't seen me in that type of role before, but I'm really funny, and
Are you?
they're gonna get,
Okay, okay.
yeah, yeah, they're gonna have the opportunity to see the project along with 20, which is gonna come out if not this year, next year.
You said it's
Uh,
called 20?
yeah, yeah, that's the project that I wrote. I wrote and produced. It's called
Okay.
20.
And what is 20 about?
Mm-hmm.
What is 20
20
about?
again. 20 is about the current events as far as it relates to. So audition for one of your
Oh,
projects.
that's
Yes, you
the
can, Tyrone. Yes, you can. Um, 20 is about the current events of the pandemic. Is speaking from it from a black
okay. That was the name
experience.
of it. Okay, yeah. I remember
Yeah,
you
yeah,
talked about that a few minutes ago, but you never said the name. So I wasn't sure if
yeah,
it
yeah,
was
yeah,
like
yeah.
a different project.
Got you.
Oh,
Yeah, the project is called 20, but I also my associate fund is called The Handler, and the other one is called Shadows. Working with a guy named Michael out
say that
in
one more
LA.
time. Say that one more time. I want the audience
Oh,
to
okay,
catch that
okay.
because you froze a
So,
little bit. So say that one more time.
am I good?
Yeah.
Am I good? You can hear me?
Yeah, you're good.
All right, cool.
I can hear you.
So, it's a project named it's a okay, it's a feature film named Shadows, and another one is entitled The Handler. And I'm an associate producer for both of those projects. I'm working with a good friend out in LA named Michael that I help him out with some of his projects. So look forward to that too. So that should be, if not coming out this year, next year as well. So it's a lot of projects that I'm just kind of getting my hands on.
Okay, so I heard what you
And
said with Tyrone.
after just to answer Tyrone's question, after we're done getting everything situated for 20, I'm actually gonna start writing my next project. And Tyrone, you can definitely audition for that, man.
Yeah, Tyrone, I'm trying to find a role to create for you. I know you get on my case like because he asked me that what about when I did the Eternal Extra. He wanted to know where his role at,
Right.
So I'm trying to find a project where I could create a role for Tyrone. It's coming though, bro. It's coming.
The
Definitely.
next project I write, man, is it's gonna be good, man. It's gonna be good. I ain't gonna say too much right now though, but I'm definitely
Well, no, you shouldn't. You
it's
shouldn't just
yeah.
give give everything away. You can't give all the details away because people be watching and writing down, taking your ideas and shit.
I ain't gonna speak on that, but that's
Oh,
true. I ain't gonna speak
oh,
on
oh,
that.
oh, 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 no, 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 no,
Nah, I ain't
nah,
gonna
bro.
speak on it, bro. I ain't gonna speak on it.
I
But
asking for no names. I ain't asking for
I
no
know.
names, Joe.
Let's just jump to the next topic, bro. Let's jump to
Okay,
the next
okay.
topic.
I'll
So
let it
look,
go.
so
I'll let it go. See, why you
yeah.
whipping out on me
Just
anyway?
know this. Just know this, yo. Just know this. God reveals everything, man. That's it.
Oh, for sure, definitely,
Yeah,
definitely.
God reveals everything, man. So
Thank you.
the
Proud of
best
you
thing
too,
that you can do
Tyrone.
is your work, man.
Thanks, Tyrone. Proud of you
Thank you,
too.
bro.
Love
I
you, bro.
appreciate it, Tyrone. Can't wait to work with you again, man.
Yeah, so you said earlier we've had this discussion before about how Tyrone said that there's some roles that are for
Yeah,
you and some are not.
professional and
Because
personal limitations. Yeah.
yeah, and because we both heard this whole thing about this bullshit about a real actor will play anything, right? Which
Um,
that shakes to my nerves, because I've turned down a couple of roles because I wasn't going to do it. That's something that I wanted to do. Like I'm not
right.
knocking anybody who wants to do it. I don't knock people
Mm,
for what they want to do. But
right.
about what 3 or 4 years ago, yeah, 4 years ago now, 2017. Um, before that it was 2016. Okay, these years been running together so fast. But anyway, that play that we were both in, as much as I
Oh,
can. Okay, as much as I can. The other
okay.
one,
Yeah,
as
yeah,
much
yeah,
as I
yeah,
can.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah. Um,
Yo, that play was dope as hell. It was dope.
yeah, and when I auditioned, I found out about it the night before. The
Hmm.
auditions the night before was and so I went down there and auditioned. At first they didn't think I was going to be able to do anything because of how I showed up, right? Because I was really relaxed when I
Hmm.
showed up, you know.
Right.
but but I did a cold reading of a monologue, and they said they were blown away by how I delivered the monologue. right?
Mm-hmm.
And so they wanted me to read for two roles, and
Right.
one of the roles was the role of the pastor,
Mm-hmm.
and the other role was for the character Larry. And if you remember the character Larry, and so
Oh yeah,
uh,
yeah, yeah, yeah. The main character. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, so the director walked me out, and when he gave me the sides to read, and he was like, "Well, I want you to read for these two parts, the pastor, and I want you to read for Larry. Larry is one of the main characters. Just one thing, Larry performs in drag and dresses in drag." And
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to do that. I'm not doing that. He said, "For real? Not even for a paid gig." I'm like, "Nope, I'm not doing that." So,
Yeah, but that goes to personal and professional limitations, man. When I
right,
had the
it's not
opportunity to audition, they ain't really come at me like that. Like they already knew kind of like where my
right.
stance was. I already told them, I don't mind being a part
Yeah,
of the production, but it's just certain, these are
yeah,
I'm not doing X, Y, and Z. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Just pretty much
Because
I know me knowing where the play was based or what it was based for.
mhm. Yeah, because some people, I've had people say to me, "Well, you should try that because it'll help you to grow as an actor." First of all, I played a wide range of roles where I've had to show a lot of range. Like Vietnam vet back in 2013 and Strike Heaven on the Face. I had to show a lot of range in that one role.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, you know, and frankly, putting on a dress and try to pretend to be a woman, I don't think that's all that difficult. That don't take a lot of range to do that, personally. But it's not something that I want to do, for myself. It's just, and like I said, I'm not knocking anybody. It's just not something that I'm going to do. So,
You breaking up?
in the, huh? Say it again.
You was breaking up. But go ahead. What's your question?
No, I was about to say. So, do you have any interest in other parts of the entertainment industry, like with music or um, getting into
Um,
musicals, dancing, and singing, and all that?
um, I do know how to rap. I just personally feel like if the opportunity arose, I would definitely take it. And my thing is like, I guess the only thing I would really be into moment would be like, just acting and producing and create my own content, things like that. But as far as jumping in different mediums, I'm not too sure about
Hmm.
that right now. But I would definitely just like to have the ability, just in case the opportunity arose. So it's
Yeah,
kind
because it.
of like, stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
Say that one more time.
I said it's like, just stay ready so you don't have to get ready. So that's kind of my game plan.
Right, right, because it expands your opportunity. You know,
Exactly.
like if they want to call you to be one of the
Do I,
Temptations on Broadway or something. You know.
hold on. Do I prefer stage or film? I love them. I'm answering Tyrone question. I love them for different
Oh
reasons,
yeah.
Tyrone. Stage definitely because it's like a hit or miss, man. When you go up there and them lights is hot, ain't no going back, ain't no retaking. You gotta know what you're doing. You get to have the opportunity to really build the character and uh, really sit with it and live with it for a few weeks. Whereas film, what I love about that is it's more personal. You know what I mean? And you kind of get the same reaction, but you just get it later. With film, with stage, you get the reaction right then and there from the audience. With film, you got to wait a little later. The process is a little longer. So it's
So
just
so
I
so,
like them
so
both, but different reasons.
yeah, I normally ask actors that same question as well. But you said it's film is more personal. How so?
Yeah, yeah, it's more personal. Because you got to really dig deeper. Whereas like
You feel you have to dig deeper
stage,
for film
stage,
as opposed
stage
to
is
theater?
yeah,
Okay.
stage is more representational. You know what I mean? You gotta be big, and they gotta hear you. Whereas with film, everything is so condensed. So you know how
Oh,
they say the eyes, they say that
yeah.
the eyes is the way to the soul.
Right. Oh,
So
I know
you
what
gotta
you
they
mean.
got you got Yeah, so you got to make them feel it internally. So
Well, you have to make them feel it, even on stage too. I know what you're
yeah,
saying
but
though,
what
because
but
you're
the
talking
difference,
about,
it's the
yeah, you have to like,
difference. It's
you
the
have to
difference.
project and all. You have to project your voice louder than you normally would be talking. And with film, it's more like talking in a normal tone of voice, and just being in that space. So I get what you're
Exactly.
saying, but
That's the biggest, yeah, the biggest difference.
yeah, but you know, in both cases, you definitely gotta make them feel that
Appreciate it, Day
shit,
Day.
huh?
Yeah. No, I'm talking about Day Day. She just commented, but definitely, man. Stage and film is two different
Yeah.
animals, but
Hmm.
you got to make sure you give the audience what they need, and that's that catharsis, and have them feel like they're in that space with you. So
Yeah, I love both film and stage. I definitely miss being on stage because it's nothing like being in that character and feeling the energy of the audience and everything when you're
that's the best part.
really in that space.
That's the
Yeah,
best part, man.
and it is, and with theater, you gotta definitely totally be on point with
Yeah,
theater
because
because
every
you
night can
you don't
change. Every night can change, and that's the best part. Every night can change, so
right.
you can switch it up. You had the opportunity to play with it more. Whoever came Friday and they come Saturday, they might not see the same show, and that's the best part.
Hmm. Oh yeah, you definitely know what might not happen. We definitely don't know what might happen up on that stage,
Yeah,
especially dealing with different actors, and somebody might drop a line or forget something because we're all human, and
and
sometimes
you gotta pick that.
because
You gotta pick it up.
yeah, it might not be that you don't know the lines, you may know the lines, and you may have
Yeah,
been delivering it with no problem
but
for
that's what
a couple of weeks.
that's where becoming an ensemble and that camaraderie comes in. You help your brother or your sister out in that moment in that time of need.
Right.
Where
Yeah,
in like film, you don't have that opportunity.
right. But you do get to do it over again with film. Depending on how much time you got, what kind of budget
Right,
you
right,
might
right.
have, you get to do take three or take four and take five or whatever. But when that audience is there, you don't get that. You can't say, "Hold up, audience, hold up. Let me do that again." You can't say that on stage, right? Yeah.
Right, right, right. Oh man.
So
But
definitely. What were you gonna say?
any no, I was about to say I was gonna see if you had any more questions.
No. I can see where you're trying to take everything that you're doing, and you have a definite goal in mind of where you want to go, what you want to do to use your writing ability to bring awareness to certain things that's going on with the community, and I respect that, and I honor that. And now you outside, see.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I see some
I'm doing
trees
some
and
work.
stuff. But yeah,
Yeah.
I see how where you're taking everything and you're doing things to bring awareness to certain things that's going on in this world and things that's going on, with our people, which is very honorable, definitely. Um, and so I want to go back to your comedy for a second, Mr. Liquors.
Yeah.
Uh, so when when you got involved with this project,
Hmm.
were you looking for a comedy to do, or was this just something that just happened by chance? Uh,
Nah, man. I actually just I came across it and I auditioned. You know what I mean? I wasn't
mhm.
expecting to book or anything. I just like let me go audition, and I did, and actually they booked me for the lead. So I was like, cool. That's pretty much how
Cool.
that experience went, and it was a great experience. So I'm glad that they decided to book me.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to do like a comedy sketch show, a
Hmm.
black comedy sketch show where we play different characters and stuff like that. Um, those are good training because you get to play
Right.
different characters and so forth. What's that? You own?
You deserve it. Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Yeah, you definitely deserve it. You're a great
Thank you, man.
brother,
I can't
and
wait for it to drop. I would love for y'all to see it, man. It's a great project.
yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it. But you don't know if it's going to be this year or 2022, right?
I just know it's going to have its festival run, and that's about it as of right now. Once it actually do its thing, as far as
Hmm.
placement, I can definitely fill y'all in. But right now, I'm not really too sure.
Okay, okay. So, what are some of your upcoming projects? You have anything new that you're going to be involved in?
Um, I'm talking to a producer right now about me being involved in another project, so we're gonna wait and see how that goes. Um, right now, I'm just building. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm just building, rebuilding my brand and my career. You know, I look at it like this. Sometimes it's okay to start over as long as you do it, you know, the right way. So I'm just kind of just
Okay.
taking my strides and moving the needle forward.
So, are you one of the ones that want to eventually run off and move to LA or New York, or do you want to build some type of entertainment conglomerate here? Uh, because there is a lot of talent here. There's definitely a lot of talent right here in Baltimore and the DMV, and there's no reason that we can't do the same thing here that's being done in Atlanta. We got just as much talent here. So,
Right. So
do
I
you
mean, my
plan to
thing would be this:
relocate
like,
or something?
I would love to take the opportunities in New York and LA, and
Hmm.
build here in Baltimore. So
Okay.
having opportunities there is amazing. And if I have
Hmm.
to, for whatever reason, like say I book a project and I gotta go to LA or I gotta live in New York, I definitely take that opportunity and take
Right.
that risk. But if I can build from here, because right now LA and New York is like pricey as crap, so it's good to kind of build. It's kind of good to build right here, man. I think my coach in here, yeah, Mark McKinnon. Shout out to Mark McKinnon too, because he does great work here in the DMV. So if anybody looking for a coach, man, look him up.
Oh yes. Okay. Okay. Cool. He's he's an acting coach. You saying?
Yeah, he's an acting coach.
All right. Cool. 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 So you said Karan Lee is the one
Introduce me to the
pointed you.
ring players. Yeah.
He introduced you to the players. Okay. Cool.
Hmm.
Cool. Because he was actually in the original in the original Speak It Real, uh, which I guess you know about that. What we did in 2017 was like a reboot of my first film. Um,
Right.
and Karan was in the first version of it with me back in 2010, which I do plan to put the original version out there online at some point, maybe
Hmm.
this year. And I'm still trying to get the rest of what we did in 2017 put together as well. But it's been hard catching up with Ross Trey, who
Right.
shot
Right.
it.
Right. Right.
He's a very difficult brother to catch up with and get things done. And right now he's out of the country, and he's not sure,
Hmm.
when he's going to come back to the States. You know, so definitely I
That's
want to definitely still get that out there because people worked too hard on that project for me not to get it out. So I
right.
definitely still plan to get that out there. You did a good job in that as well.
Thank you.
Totally. So yeah, man. Yeah, I'm very proud of you. Very proud of you, what you're doing and what you
I
stand
appreciate
for.
that, man. Wise for real.
Yeah, I appreciate you too. Um, that you stand up and you're not afraid to speak out and to do something different and something that our children can have to look to, because the images that are put out there for our children are very important, man. So, is there anything else specific that you may want to mention to the audience uh, before we end, or you know, say whatever you want
Um,
to say?
I would just personally like to say thank you for everyone that jumped into this room that decided to watch this interview and to support me and support us and what it is that we're doing within this industry. My love go out to all of y'all because without y'all, um, we would be nothing, man. So I just greatly appreciate it. I appreciate everyone who decided to jump in tonight and watch what we're doing.
All right, all right. I appreciate you too, man. And tell people where they can reach you at. If anybody wants to
Yeah, man.
work with you, yeah, they can find you where.
Yeah, you can just find me on Instagram and Facebook under the same name, Antonio T. Lee. So
Hmm.
on Instagram, Antonio T. Lee, and on Facebook, Antonio T. Lee.
All right, man. This has been great. I can't wait to work with you again. Share the live
Likewise,
stage
bro.
with you again. Yeah, that play was crazy. When you were Junebug and what was my character name?
Yeah.
Arthur or something like that. That was fun. That was crazy to do, and definitely. I was almost on stage with you again back in what was it, 2019? But I said I wasn't going
Hmm.
to do it when you were in Hamlet, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely, yeah, yeah.
And I got a call, as I often do, 2 weeks before the show. 2 weeks before the show because somebody had dropped out, and
Mm-hmm.
I always get those calls like 2 weeks before the show, asking me to learn a role at the last minute, you know,
Hmm.
and I'm like, that was the first time I actually said no because I was already involved in studying for a musical that I was in. I was rehearsing for a musical and I had something else going on. And I got a call 2 weeks before Hamlet was supposed to open asking me
Hmm.
to learn these two roles. And I'm like, well, first of all,
Yeah, it's too much. Much.
uh, yeah, I mean, it wouldn't have been no problem for me to learn the lines because I got a
Hmm.
good memory when it comes to that. But when you talk about doing Shakespeare, that's a different thing.
Yeah, yeah.
There's a total rhythm to delivering Shakespeare, a total rhythm, and I probably could have picked it up also, but everybody else in that play had that script for a while, and you want me to jump up there a week or so before the show and do this role? I'm like, you're not going to have me up there looking crazy. But anyway,
Right.
because I'm serious about what I do. And that was the first time that I said no to that because I've been called on several times over the years to learn a role at the last minute. You know, um, but hey, it is what it is. But I thank you for being here with me, Mr. Antonio T. Lee. You're a great actor, a great man, great brother. I like what you stand for, definitely. And I want to have you back on here again at some point when your films come out, when Mr. Lickers come out, when you show everybody what you got as a comedian, as a comedic actor. We already know you got the chops as a dramatic actor. Yes, to show the world what you can do as a comedic actor as well. Definitely looking
I
forward to that.
appreciate that, bro. I'm gonna definitely come back as soon as these projects drop and give people
And
input
and
and
your
things like
and
that.
your film and your film 20, right?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, definitely.
Definitely look forward to that. And I
I
thank everybody
appreciate that,
who
man.
joined in and everybody giving you all these hearts. I see you well loved. People giving you all these hearts and everything, bro. I hear the baby in the background. It's all good. People love you. I love you too, bro. Always.
Thanks,
You
man.
know I got your
Man, I
back.
appreciate it.
All right, then. Thank you for being here.
No
All
problem.
right.
Thank you. All right.
All right. All right. Peace, man.
All
All right.
right. Peace.
All right. Peace. Hey, everybody. That was Mr. Antonio T. Lee, who was here with us. He's an excellent actor, great man. Um, Anybody who's out here as a casting person that may be looking for an actor to work with, definitely check Mr. Antonio T. Lee out. What I have coming up next, I don't have any more for this month, but I have several coming up in the month of April. First, in the first week of April, April 5th, I have actor Adam Huff on Monday, April the 5th at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then that Wednesday, April the 7th, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I have actress, director, writer, producer, Miss Cherie McLean. That's right, Miss Cherie McLean. And on that Friday, April the 9th, at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will have Mr. Ty Hanna, who was a singer, songwriter, producer. And he also happens to be my cousin. So that'd be my second time having a family member on here with me, and I'm looking forward to that. So I will see you all April the 5th, April the 7th, and April the 9th. I have some more episodes. I'll announce those to you later. Thank you all for being here. I love you. God bless you, family. Bye now.